It's been a long winter. It's time for a Rio Grande Plan status update. This isn't the first video I've started for an update. I've started many, but it seems like over the winter our plans were changing on a week-to-week basis. There's many different irons in the fire and a lot to talk about. Let's start with the video that came out just yesterday. I know, 2 videos in 2 days on my channel. That's never happened before. And the reason is, this latest one was not made by me. It was made by Jesse Mayo. I was in the video for sure, but the video was researched and scripted and edited by Jesse. Jesse is a VO Rio Grande volunteer. He's in charge of many different aspects of our group, and I'm very thankful and honored to work with someone with so many talents and a strong commitment to Salt Lake City as Jesse has. So thank you, Jesse. A few things about that video. If you haven't watched it, you probably should. It's got some very interesting history about the location choice of Salt Lake Central Station and how it definitely should have been the Rio Grande Depot, and Salt Lake City knew it all along, and even has now provisions for returning eventually. The Rio Grande Plan is not a new idea, but this time it's got public support behind it, and that's what we're working towards. At the end of the video, there's 2 very important announcements that we made. One is that Via Rio Grande is now an official non-profit organization. Before, we'd been a group of volunteers that met together in libraries or maybe in bars or other places, just a group of friends trying our best to make an impact in the public discourse. That impact was made. We have reached out to so many people. UTA is sick of getting comments about the Rio Grande Plan. We should keep making them, but we've had so many supporters write into UTA and others about the Rio Grande Plan that they're very fully aware of the plan now. We've had many different representatives at the state legislature level reach out to us and say, my constituents keep writing in about this Rio Grande Plan subway thing. What is it? And we love talking with people like that, people who are already primed to hear about the Rio Grande Plan because of the good work that you have done writing in and making the Rio Grande Plan an issue that they are aware of. Thank you. Keep doing that. We're going to need that going forward. But now that we are an official nonprofit organization, we can accept funds. We can't accept tax-exempt donations quite yet. That's something to come in the future. But we're working on it. But with official organization and with funding, we're able to go to things like conferences, and we're able to participate in other forums where previously we hadn't been. That's a really big deal, and it will help us make many more connections that so far we haven't been able to make. So that's exciting news. If you want to be involved with the Rio Grande Plan or Via Rio Grande, the organization, and join in as one of our volunteers, or even become so involved you can join on the board of directors, you just reach out to us. We need everyone with different skills and different connections. So we're a very open organization still. This doesn't mean we're closing off anyone who wants to join still. It means that we need you now more than ever. The other thing about being a nonprofit organization is that we're finally able to do the thing that everyone's been asking us for. We're able to sell merchandise, like my t-shirt that I have right now. This one is on sale at our website. There's a link. It's not just t-shirts or other kinds of money-making opportunities. These are things like postcards that you can send in to representatives. These are things like yard signs. If we don't have them now, they'll be in the future. There's stickers that you can put on different places, your laptop or around I've seen them in a few bars here in Salt Lake City, and it's always rewarding to see that. There's also hats and things that you can wear to get conversations going. And if you're a volunteer, there's a good chance that we might want to give you one anyway, if you're going to help us at, like, say, a public booth, say a farmer's market, which we haven't been able to do, but now we can definitely do that. As part of this, I'll be taking the money from this YouTube channel. It is a monetized channel, and I will be putting that directly towards the Via Rio Grande organization soon. Hopefully I mean, it's not a well monetized channel. I've gotten, in the 3 years I've been making these videos, I've gotten a total of 2 checks from YouTube, both about $100. And that's paid for, well, 2 months of keeping the website up and running. So maybe we can make at least the website self-funding in the long run. Yeah, I don't generally make these videos for monetized reasons. I only monetize at the beginning, no mid-roll ads on most videos, just because I want people to watch the video and not do the ads. So when we talk about our merch sales, it is all just by preference and choice. We're not a money-making organization. All these funds will help us just make better connections and push for the Rio Grande plan. None of us are getting paid still. It's all volunteers. We're all still citizens who care deeply about our city and are doing this of our own free will, volition, goodwill, however you say, because we believe that the Rio Grande plan is the best way to make Salt Lake City an even greater city than it is. One of the things that we've been pushing for over the last winter, you may have seen, is a bill in the Utah legislature. I've had several people come up to me who were very concerned that they saw a bill with Rio Grande Plan amendments, was the name of it, and they saw that it didn't get any traction in the Utah legislature, and it was put quietly away at the end of the term. And they understood that to mean that we took our big shot and we missed, that the whole plan is dead. And I'm here to say that reports of the death of the Rio Grande plan are highly exaggerated. The bill's purpose changed many times as we were working with our allies in the legislature to craft it. It was meant more as a way to gain publicity, not among the public necessarily, but among legislators themselves. And boy, we have their attention now. We've been able to find new connections that hadn't been there, and we all have a better understanding of what the legislative process is for a plan like this. Because remember, the Rio Grande plan is not a typical infrastructure project. Usually the government, in some capacity, the legislator or planners, they determine what a problem is, either through studies or through data analytics, other things, and then they come up with various ways to solve the problem. Well, the Rio Grande plan is a solution. It's a solution to a problem that wasn't well documented. And so the planning process is working backwards. Obviously, we as citizens know that freight trains and blocked crossings are a huge issue. And we know that our lack of a major train station is a huge issue. And we know that the East-West Divide is a huge issue. But these are things that hadn't been top of mind for studies and other government documentations at the time that we proposed it. So the study that's ongoing now, Reconnecting Communities, and the status update, that has started. Salt Lake City and its contractor are working to assemble a board for that. The study process is already well underway. It'll take about 2 years. So sometime in 2027, unfortunately, is when we're going to get the end results of that, determining what is the best way to use transportation infrastructure improvements to solve the East-West Divide. There's going to be many times public comment during that study. A big one's going to come up within a couple months, as I understand it, once the board and everyone else is in place. And that's when we'll need a big push from volunteers to get the message out that we need to comment on the study. We need to keep repeating the Rio Grande plan. We need to talk about grade separations. We need to talk about redeveloping the rail yard area that's currently just this dead zone between the east and west. We need to talk about a train station, a lack of transit that brings people together, because the Rio Grande plan does more than just get rid of a division. It creates an attractor, something that brings the community together, and that's also what's needed, more than just removing divisions. We need a gathering place as well. So all that's going to happen in the near future with the study, which is underway and once again cannot be definanced the way that some other transportation projects are. As I'm recording this on April 11th, there's talk about Utah perhaps losing some funding for the Front Runner 2X project. By the time this video comes out, that may change. But whatever happens there, the Reconnecting Community study is safe. It's going to happen. There's no danger of it losing its funding. So the last thing we need to talk about as a status update is one of the things that we've been busy at as a board for Via Rio Grande. One of the biggest questions that has been brought up time and time again is, how are we going to pay for the Rio Grande plan? Will it really pay for itself? Oftentimes people get stuck at the price tag. The Rio Grande plan will cost, according to Kimley Horn, and I have my little quibbles with this. My job is to reduce costs of infrastructure projects. That's what I do every day as a civil engineer. How do I make this cheaper and things? So we'll still stick to the Kimley Horn numbers, $3 to $5 billion, which would put the Rio Grande plan as one of the biggest public infrastructure projects in Utah's history. There's different ways to qualify that. Obviously, you take the totality of the interstate system and roads built throughout Utah, and they cost many, many multiples of what the Rio Grande plan would cost. But it was done in phases, segment by segment, including the reconstruction, so that the cost gets broken down to a couple $1 billion at most per segment. The Salt Lake City Airport, I believe, is one of the largest infrastructure projects in Utah state history, and that's about $5 billion. So at most, the Rio Grande plan would be on par with the Salt Lake City Airport, which is a self-financing project, by the way. It was financed through fees incurred at the airport, which is how that project was done. So how do we make the Rio Grande plan pay for itself, the way that I've always promised it would, with redevelopment dollars? Well, we've commissioned a prominent Utah public university to perform a financial analysis on the benefits of the Rio Grande plan. If the redevelopment area is in fact redeveloped according to the trends of recent redevelopment in Salt Lake City, based on the land available, all the little metrics that land developers use. How close is it to transit? How close is it to parks and recreation? How close is it to jobs? All these little things. This is a very in-depth study. How much is the Rio Grande plan actually going to return to taxpayers? We've promised for all this time that the Rio Grande plan will pay for itself. Very, very soon, next week, the week of April 21st, sometime in there will be a press conference, if plans hold like I think they will. There will be a press conference where we invite the news, media, and different representatives to come and speak to the benefits of the Rio Grande plan. The public university that performed the study will be there as well. They'll be able to explain the research that they've done and answer questions, and we hope to make a big splash with this. And instead of having the $3 to $5 billion in cost always be the main leader of public discourse, we want the number that people stick with, the number that people remember, to be the benefit number. What will Utah gain from this? And that's the number we're going to hold on to for now, but we're going to reveal it in that week as part of our new, as part of the press conference that's coming up. So there's a lot to be excited about. Please follow us on our social media channels. There's many of them. The link tree is in the description at the bottom of this video. There's multiple different ways to follow the Via Rio Grande group. I think we even have a LinkedIn, and if you have that, you must have all these other things as well. A good one that I keep updated is this channel, with the community notes every now and then. I still have an X account. There are lots of different urbanists that still use that. We've got, I think, a Blue Sky account coming. But anyway, over the Instagram, of course. Fred keeps the Instagram funny and current. Thank you, Fred, for keeping us entertained and informed. So keep following us on those, because the updates for the date of the press conference and location and time, that's all up in the air at the moment, but it will be settled soon. And if I don't see you there, I'll see you around at the other events. You're going to see a lot of Via Rio Grande in the future. We're going to push for this hard, and we're going to make it happen. I'm Christian Lenhart. Thank you for watching.